Okay, so today is November 11th. Today is my birthday. I am a Veterans Day baby, and I figured I would do a short video here of what I actually do on my birthday. So, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm always visiting graveyards, primarily my parents, numerous times throughout the course of the year. And today is no different. My mother is buried in St. Patrick's Cemetery, which I'm about to pull in right now. And my father is born in the National Cemetery in Schuylerville, I believe. That's located in there. I get confused of actually where that is. Some people say that's actually Saratoga as well, which we'll be heading up there shortly after I get done with this visit. So this one is a little bit, and I'm not going to harp on this at all, but this one here is a little bit more special of a visit for me, because on, let's see, what was it, November 8th, I was diagnosed with cancer. So this trip is a little bit more special for me to come and visit. I'm sure you understand why. So I figured I'd give you guys just a run through of what I do for having a birthday on November 11th and sharing it with all of the veterans. And this is basically how I start my day. So hopefully you guys find this either interesting or boring. But this is, I figured, instead of signing into Facebook and posting photos and all that kind of thing, I figured it'd be just more easier for me to run a video. So this is what I do. So hang with me for a minute while I get myself unstrapped from the car and come along for a little bit of a graveyard sitting. And this is pretty much what I do many times a year. I do this on death dates. I also do this on Christmas. I do this on usually Thanksgiving, birthdays. So I'm kind of always around doing these things. I do clean the gravestones, and you'll see when I get up to the National Cemetery, you'll see that I go around and I have my people that I visit. There's probably 7 or 8 people that I visit. This graveyard is St. Patrick's Cemetery, and I'm not sure if it's listed as actually Colony or Watervliet, but it's on Route 2. You can get here through coming up 19th Street in Watervliet, or you can get through this from coming down from Latham Circle. Either way, this is what I do. So I'm gonna keep doing this until I can't do this anymore. So excuse the photos now. So here's what I do, and I do this no matter what. I do this if it's pouring out. I still come up and still spend, I don't know, roughly an hour with each one of my parents for the start of my day. This kind of refreshes me. It kind of, gets me in the day, and it gets everything rolling for the day. No other place I'd rather be. So this is what I do. I set a chair up. I sit here. I play some music. Whatever the favorite music is of my mom's. I do the same thing at my dad's. I play some music. I just sit here and just kind of hang out. I make sure that all the stones are cleaned. I cleaned this stone back a few months ago, and it still actually looks really good. I always bring a little broom up, and I always clean all the grass clippings and things like that off the stone. Anything that's dirty, I clean it. I make sure that before I leave, that these stones are maintained. So that's what I do. This is the first stop. every morning on my birthday. It's always my mom. I always work from one way to the other. So I'll just give the people that don't know this cemetery, I'll give you guys a quick scan of the area, and then I'm going to hang out for a little while, and we're gonna have a little bit of a visit, and then I will head up for about a 45-minute drive up to the National Cemetery and visit my pops. And that's how I start my day. But like I said, I do this no matter what. If there was 6 inches of snow on the ground, I'd still be sitting here in this chair. I dress accordingly. I never miss a day. And if it's raining out, that's great. If it's sunny out, that's great. This morning it's about, I think it's like 41 degrees out. I'm trying to see what time it is here. Let me see what time it is. I'm not really sure. It's 9 o'clock on November 11th. So anyways, I will be leaving here in a little bit, and I will be heading up to the National Cemetery to walk through that cemetery. Now, that cemetery is a whole different ball game, but I will see you soon. Hang out for a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just about to the National Cemetery, and it was about a 40 to 45 minute drive from St. Patrick's in Waterville / Colony, I guess. This is in Schuylerville. I wasn't 100% sure. Some people, like I said just a little bit ago, either Schuylerville or Saratoga, but it's the Saratoga National Cemetery. So we're on the last road here, ready to turn in. So take a little bit of ride with me. It's only going to be about, I don't know, a minute before we get down the road here. This road opens up into like big fields, and then the cemetery will be on the right-hand side. So you can actually see it kind of straight ahead there. It just opens right up. Now, I do anticipate this being extremely busy today because of Veterans Day. So I'm going to try to be somewhat discreet through my walk around, because I do like to try to respect everybody's privacy. But we're going to do the best I can, because this is how I spend my morning of my birthday, and very honored to spend my birthday at this cemetery, because it's just a very peaceful and surreal place. So let's see. Okay, so we're gonna pull in right here where these cars are, and okay, so I am here. So we're going to just pull over for 1 second, and I will resume the video there. There's going to be a lot of people here today. Okay, hang tight, and I'll be right back. All right, so we are now in the cemetery, and I do this routine that I have up here every time I come up. Like I said, I'm not here just because it's Veterans Day or anything like that. I'm here because I always do this. This is just what happens with me. Like I said in the beginning, birthdays, holidays, death dates, all that. I'm here all the time. So I know this cemetery very well. I actually did, if anybody's interested, I actually did a complete walkthrough of this cemetery on my YouTube channel. You can check that out, or message me to find out where you can find it. I can send you a link to it. This really is a beautiful cemetery. They keep it absolutely immaculate up here. So I do park in the same spot every single time, and I do walk the same route every single time. So some of you guys might find this boring, maybe, or if you've never been here, then it's something, it's something for you guys to see. But we're almost where I'm going to stop. And I always stop in front of my dad's gravestone. So that's where I always start the walk from, no matter what. And again, I do the same walk every single time I come through here. It never changes. So we'll take you from right around this area right here. And we'll take you guys on a little bit of a walk. And this is where I stay, right here. So, all right. So, let's get out of the car and get my stuff together. It's really busy up here today. You can see a lot of the cars. Usually, I come up here and it's not. I usually come up during the week when there's like nobody around. So, okay. So that's that. So let's go out and take a walk. It's pretty. Sorry about that. Pretty blessed today, actually, because it's absolutely gorgeous out today. So we'll start this walk, and we'll show you how I spend the beginning of my birthday. So this is my dad's gravestone. So we'll be back this way, but we're going to do some walking. It's a little bit of a walk because we have to go around quite a bit of this graveyard. Yeah, I actually go from almost halfway all the way to the other end. So, and it's extremely quiet up here. Like, everybody's usually very respectful. Sometimes you'll hear gunfire because somebody might be getting buried or funeral procession may be taking place, but I don't see anything as far as that goes today, but you never know. I usually always run into one or two when I'm up here. Usually in December, if this is a huge field that I'm walking through. Usually if it's really bad with snow and I don't have boots on or whatever, I'll actually just walk in the road over there, but so all you guys that haven't been up here to a national cemetery, and again, like I said, I'm up here probably 5 or 6 times a year, if not more. This is what it looks like. Now, some of these gravestones, it is many times as I'm up here, as you can see, there's so many of them. There's just so many. I still lose my way. There's still gravestones that I actually have to think about where they are, because I don't remember numbers, number one. So we'll see. Sometimes I may have to walk back and forth. Maybe not, we'll see. Some of them come up pretty easy. Other ones are are very, very difficult to find. So, okay, so I found my first one, which is right here. And this is a guy that worked with my dad, actually. Frank Dean Jr. always visit the stone. Section 6, and that's what it stands for. The first number is the section, and the last digits are the actual grave site location. So I always make sure on all the stones that I visit that they're clean, there's no debris on them, and in the wintertime there'll be snow in front of each stone, and the stones that I visit, I clear the snow out of the front of each stone. I don't know why, maybe it's a mind over matter thing, but and then I do like a small, moment of silence. So here we go with that. Okay, so now we'll go on to the next stone, which is a little bit of a walk down here. It's in the first or second row. Let's see. You can see how they keep this place. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is the one that I always have problems finding, so it may be a little bit before I find it, but I know it's down towards the end. I'm never sure if it's in the second row or the first row. And I usually always leave a penny on everybody's gravestone to let people know that I was there. But for some reason, my mind wasn't quite with it today, and I left my pennies home. So unfortunately, I can't do that today. But so we're looking for this is going to be, I think this is going to be a little bit of a chore to find this one. Okay, I think this one's back this way, if I'm not mistaken. It's like the easiest stone to find, but the hardest stone to find for some reason. I always get confused on this stone. I'm going to be so embarrassed if I can't find him. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm very embarrassed that I can't find him. So I was looking for Mr. Brignola, and he was my gym teacher, and he's here right in this area somewhere, and I just, like I said, he's usually, it's like he's right out in the open, but you miss him all the time. I have to get a grave site marker for him because I hate when I can't find him. Okay, well, it doesn't seem like I can find him today, but I usually come by. He like hides right out in the open. Alright, so I can't see him today because I can't see him. I have no idea where he's at. So my next stop is I go across the street, and this one is usually the difficult one, and I usually know where he is by the tree line, but which is all the way in the back. I do know that. And so we'll see when we get back here. I'm really irritated. See, this is what people do. If you served with the person, they usually leave quarters or nickels. Everything has a different meaning to it, and that's what I usually do. I usually leave something on all the gravestones that I visit. So you'll see a lot of that. Okay. A lot of times this time of year it's snowing out, so I'm kind of happy to have it sunshine. It's cold out. It's probably about, I think it's like 39 degrees up here. It's about 41 more south of us when I left St. Patrick's Cemetery. But this one up here, it's a little colder. But it doesn't stop me. I come up all the time. Okay, so this one, a lot of these stones back here, just because of the way the sun is fading a lot of these stones, so they're difficult to see. So once again, this one may be a little hard to see too, unless my shadow gets in the way, and then I can see it. I want to say he's over this way. I think he's 4 from the 4th row from the back. He's got to be close. I believe he has a faded stone too. His stone is pretty faded. That's maybe one of the reasons why I can't see it. This is always so hard to find this one. There's 2. There's the one I just came from, which was my old gym teacher, and there's this one, but I always find this one. Okay, so I did find him. This is a friend of mine. Her name is Mary Speck, and this is her dad's stone. And I come up, I see him every time. He's difficult to find because the ink on his stone is starting to fade because of the sun. You'll see what I'm talking about when you see how dark that is there. He's just difficult to find, especially when the sun is shining. But we found him, which is a good thing. I know Mary's very thankful that I come up here and visit her dad. So once again, we'll just and his grave marker is section 7, stone 997. And just a quick moment of silence. Okay, on to the next stone. This is a little bit of a walk, so you can either enjoy the scenery. Actually, this isn't, because there's somebody in this next section that I have to stop and see, and then there's one down quite a bit, and then back to where my dad is. So I'm really irritated that I couldn't find my gym teacher. I'll have to put a note in my phone so I can just refer to that the next time I'm up here. It's actually kind of embarrassing, but for today it is what it is. We'll see him the next time. So enjoy this little walk for a minute or two. Okay, so I always remember where this stone is. It's so simple to find this stone because it lies right on the tree line. It's the second one in with no coverage at all. I wish I could find them all this quick. This is Mr. Rainville. I went to school with Kim Rainville, and this is her dad. I always stop and see this as well, and the back of the stone has her mom's name on it. I didn't know her mom and dad personally, but because I went to school with her, I always stop, and she's a friend for years. So she is in section 8, plot 44. So once again, a little moment of silence. Okay, and we will move on. So this is a little bit of a walk, this one here. This is almost to the back side of the cemetery, and you can see I started out way over there and then walked over to this section and then walked to the back side of this section way over there, and then where I am now. So enjoy the stroll. So I'm coming up to the next section, which is right in through here. That's where I'm headed now. Okay, so I found my next friend that I know. I didn't really hang around him a lot. I did hang around him, but not a whole bunch in school. This is Eddie Springer, and you know, he always has beautiful stuff around his grave. So, and he's got some visitors, obviously, because there's some pennies and stuff. And he's located. He's so hard for me to find. He gets to be, I don't know why, because it's right in front. He's only 4 back, but he's in section 18, and he's stone 73. So this is so a little moment of silence once again. Okay, so that's Eddie Springer. I went to school with him at Watervliet High. So now we'll just go on to the next one, and this one is let's see. I might cut this video just for a second because the next stone or the next cremation plot, I have to find that. It's in one of these sections. These are, so when they do a cremation, this is where the plaques are. They're in these sections, and there's you can see they're labeled 19, 17, and so on and so forth. But I'm going to have a seat just for a second, and I will be back with you guys shortly. All right, so this part is the part where, like I said, all the cremations are. I usually do one quick pit stop over here to see an ex-girlfriend, her mom, wonderful, absolutely wonderful woman. Her name is Ellen Riccio, and she is, where is she? She might be, let's see. I think she might be around the other corner. Let's see. I always get these two kind of monuments. I know she's on top, so I know she's here. There she is right there. So and that is her. She's in section 35. Wonderful woman. So I wanted to make that part of it quick because I think that there are family members up here, so I just wanted to make it quick. But I always make it a point to stop by. So now we go all the way back down to where my dad is. I think the best thing is just to walk right through the. Take another little walk, and then that's where I'll sit and relax for a little bit and spend some of that time over here.
But I knew that you would like it, so I picked up,
So this is only like a 5-minute walk or so. So it looks like they got this blocked off over here, so we'll walk over this way and then up and around. I think this will be quicker this way. Just walk over the hill and that'll be great. If you've never seen new burials, this is what it kind of looks like. The spot here is all ready for new burials. As you can see, this place is massive. It may not look like it on camera, but it's big. So we're coming up to my dad's grave, and this is where I'm gonna end this video. So if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. But this is what I do. I share my birthday with the veterans. Honored and privileged to be born on November 11th. And it just really brings things into light. When you're up here, it brings things into reality. And this is only one of the many graveyards for our veterans. And just keep in mind that every stone you see or have seen through this walkthrough, somebody has served our country. Many of them have died for our country. So when you see people stepping on flags, I'm not a big fan of that. So, and I like to be at the cemetery. I've always been kind of like a cemetery person. So, we're going to stop here, and we're going to sit and play a little music and visit my dad. So that's what I do on my birthday. That's how I start my day. I don't know what time it is now. It's almost 12 o'clock now, so that's what I do in the beginning of my birthday to start my day. I go visit my parents. So, okay, so I'm going to end this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, take it easy.